Alright YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another video. Looking at a little bit different of a product today from Olight. This is the PL-12 Valkyrie, and this is a weapon light. The Olight made their first weapon light last year, the PL-1, and they've improved on it with this new design. So we'll go ahead and just kind of talk about the basic specs. It's a 450 lumen weapon light, so it's very bright, brighter than most weapon lights out there. I have a Streamlight TLR1 that I think is like 300 and something lumens, so this is even brighter. I'll do some comparison footage between the Streamlight and this as well. Here, I'll roll that into the footage, but this is just kind of the introduction here. Uses a Cree XPL LED, IPX6 waterproof, has a throw of 106 meters, so for a weapon light, that's actually really, really good, especially for a compact weapon light. And you're going to have runtime about 60 minutes. Now, there is only one mode. It's just, well, not one mode, but one. There's no low, medium, high or anything. It's just on, and that is 450 lumens. Now, if you hold both, and the buttons are really soft. I really like this texturing they've done on it. You can kind of see there. And it does have a monetary, so you can touch it. I was doing it a second ago. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. See? It doesn't stay on unless you want it to stay on. You can kind of tap it, or you can, you know, obviously tap it, have it stay on constantly. If you hold both these down at the same time, you get a strobe. So, pretty basic functionality. Was designed to fit pretty much any type of rail. Now I'm going to show a couple examples. In the shooting footage, I was shooting my Walther PPQ and my Keltec KSG shotgun. I used the shotgun to see if it handled, how it handled recoil, and obviously the PPQ, see how it handled pistol recoil, but obviously if it can survive a 12 gauge, you're good to go. So it fits nicely on the PPQ, it's very snug, no rattle. I didn't have any issues with it today running it on the light. The button placement's right there by your finger, right by the trigger guard. Very, very easy to actuate. Super easy. Now, if you wanted to do, you know, your strobe, you'd have to kind of put both fingers like that, but not too hard again, and not have to change your grip too much. That's kind of the whole idea, I think. So it fits great on the PPQ. Just has this simple lever and locks. Very simple design, but it's very effective. Now, Glocks tend to have a different rail. This is a Gen 4 19, and you can see snaps into place perfectly on the Gen 4 19. So it works with multiple types of pistols. You don't have to have a special adapter or anything. Right out of the box, boom, good to go. And you'll see here I mounted it to my KSG. It'll mount to any Picatinny rail. You know, if you had an AR or whatever, it'll work. It's a super versatile light. So it's pretty. I feel like it's very well built. Has, like I said, very bright, one of the brightest on the market at the moment, and you know, overall I'm pretty impressed with it. So let's go ahead and roll in some footage of some shooting with on the KSG and the Walther, as well as a comparison of the TLR1 and this one, and then we'll kind of wrap up the video.
He keeps missing them.
So those were 12 gauge slugs, and it held the recoil just fine. Let's do the buckshot. Oh, the light turned off. Did you notice that? Did I do that? Was it on before?
I'll have to look.
Alright, so we're out here with the Valkyrie PL-12, the Streamlight TLR4, and the Streamlight TLR1S strobe edition, I guess you'd call it. We're going to do some comparison shots. The light you see right now is the Olight, and you'll see that this one is quite a bit brighter than the other two. If I can, there it is. Okay, so we're going to do a few beam shots. So there's that shed, the infamous shed, that is the Olight. Turn that off. This is the TLR4. And let's do the Olight on the right. That's the TLR4. That's the Olight. See, it's quite a bit brighter. Okay, and the PL-1S, which is a pretty bright light itself, also has strobe like the Olight. So that's the Streamlight PL-1S Olight, and side by side you can see that the Olight is quite a bit brighter. Let's do the kids' playground like we usually do as well. Let's get that up there. So there's that one, which, you know, illuminates a good amount of it, but look how much more the Olight illuminates. So big difference. Alright, you can see the light is extremely bright, held up well to the different recoils of the 12 gauge. I was shooting slugs and buckshot out of that baby, and it held up just fine. You'll notice the light did turn off during one of them. That was not from recoil or anything. That was from, because the grip on my KSG was very close to these buttons, and my finger just bumped it to turn it off. On the second part where I had my buddy shooting it, he was actually shooting buckshot, and it had zero problems. So you can see it holds up to the recoil just fine. It's going to be great for any kind of gun. Anything that has a rail, you're going to be able to use this light on. Now, I was reading on Facebook when they first announced this light, and someone was saying, well, you know, the problem with new lights is holsters. If you want to, you know, have a weapon-mounted light on your concealed carry, you know, in order to do that, you're going to have to find a holster. Olight did say in response that they are working with major holster manufacturers on manufacturing holsters for this light for, you know, many popular pistols like the Glock 19. So that is awesome news. So if they're collaborating with people, that means there's going to be holsters available for this light. At the time of this video, there's not, that I know of, unless you do something custom, which you know can always do. But overall, I think it's a really good choice for a light. I love this. I love the buttons to actuate it. They're just really soft, easy, intuitive, right by your finger on the trigger guard. The light is very bright. I mean, brighter than most. So if you're going to use this on a home defense light, you got a lot of lumens to shine on someone's face. You also got the strobe mode. So very cool light. I'm very happy with with this product. I want to thank Olight again for sending this to me. Now, price-wise, you're looking at about $100 to get into this light. I feel like that's really affordable. There's some, Enforce and some Streamlights and Surefires and such that are much more expensive, or around that same price. So you have a lot of competition, but not a lot of them that are this bright as far as your lumens is concerned. So good throw again on this, 100 meters. So overall, I'm definitely going to be using this on one of my weapons. I'm probably going to throw it on the KSG since it did so well in there, or possibly my PBQ. I mean, it just depends. I've got a lot of options to put it on. That's the nice thing, is you're not limited to one, adapter and having to change that out to put it on another gun. It's going to work on anything with a rail. So, alright guys, that's going to wrap up the video on the Olight PL-1 or PL-1 2 Valkyrie weapon light. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll leave a description down below where you can purchase this light. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.